What's up, y'all? Mr. Richard back here with another fabulous episode of I'm So Beastly Trivia. The last episode we did was on serial killers. It had 8 questions, intriguing nonetheless. And also, if you haven't noticed, yes, I shaved my face and I'm still beautiful. Haha. Anyway, um, I decided I've already started this series. It's a series of the alphabet where every answer starts with a given letter from of the alphabet. So I did an episode where every answer started with the letter A. This episode is going to be where every answer starts with the letter B. And we're just going to get right into it. As always, we're going to spin to see how many questions we're going to ask. 8, 13, or 21. And we will have 13 questions. All right, we will have 13 questions that start, we have the answers starting with the letter B. All right, question one is going to be worth, ooh, a mid amount of points, 55 points out the gate. All right, so 55 points. Question one. What is the capital of Thailand? What is the capital of Thailand? All right. Now, I got to tell you, these questions really have nothing to do with each other than the fact that the answers start with the letter A. Check that. The letter B. Um, but it is what it is. Some of these are going to be easier than others. Some of these might be difficult, definitely difficult. But at least you know that it has to start with B, so that does narrow it down quite a bit. Um, But anyway, question one, what is the capital of Thailand? For 55 points, that would be Bangkok. Anytime I hear of Thailand and Bangkok, I think of Hangover, the movies. Um, yeah, nothing more there. That's just that's where we go. That's what we think about. Okay, we're gonna check off. We have a list of questions, 55 of them to be exact. So we're just gonna make sure we check off the questions that we ask, so we're not asking them again. I did go back and listen to one of my previous episodes and found out that I have asked questions multiple times because there was a massive amount of time between episodes. So we're gonna do as much as we can. Our best efforts to not ask the same questions again. Um, and if we do, please be generous to us. Thank you. All right, question two is going to be worth, 1 point. Boo. Boo. All right, question two is worth 1 point. Okay. What is the name of the mathematical system that uses only ones and zeros? What is the name of the mathematical system that uses only ones and zeros? If you're not familiar with this mathematical system is also used as a computer language, whereas I believe one means that something is on or active, and zero means that it's off or inactive. And I found this out recently, fabulous piece of knowledge. Someone was able to use in Minecraft the basically the red fired thingies. I'm not real sure what it is in Minecraft, but they were able to take that those aspects and essentially use binary code with that to code Minecraft on a computer in the game of Minecraft. The amount of time it would have taken is insane, and I feel like they could have used their time much more efficiently. But hey, to each their own. And but yeah, that's binary for you. So question two, what is the name of the mathematical system? Well, I already answered it. That is binary. Sorry. Answered it in my own explanation of something cool about it. Yeah, so that is binary for question two, 1 point. Oh, that's what we needed to do. Yes, I did say. Thank goodness I'm catching it now. Question three is worth 5 points. So we're going to whip up our handy dandy calculator and actually tally up the total number of points you can gain in a round, in this round. I have not done it yet. I said I was going to last episode and it slipped my mind. Um, question three. All right. Which European country is famous for its waffles and the city of Brussels? All right. It's also pretty famous for chocolate. But which European country is famous for its waffles and the city of Brussels? It is, in fact, there is a specific type of chocolate for this country too. And I got to tell you, it's pretty good. It is pretty good. Um, but all right. Once again, which European country is famous for its waffles and the city of Brussels? I love waffles. They're so good. But that would be Belgium, right? Belgium, the Belgian waffle, Belgian chocolate. It's known for a lot of things. It's a very hip and happening place. I suppose. I'm not 100% sure. It might not be happening at all. All right. Back to the calculator. I need to get a non-phone calculator. It locks too much. This one is worth 8 points. All right. For 8 points, question four. Hmm. Okay. Question four. Which flying mammal uses echolocation to navigate? That was me using echolocation. Which flying mammal uses echolocation to navigate? All right. Note it says flying. Um, so if you were going to say the dolphin, which I believe uses something similar, if not exact, um, then you would be incorrect because that is not a flying animal. Then again, I suppose it's flying in water. Isn't swimming the same as flying, except it's in water? Depends on your perspective, of course. Interesting, interesting, interesting enough. Um, this is also the same thing as an inanimate object. You'll know what I mean when I get there. So, question four, the answer, which flying mammal uses echolocation to navigate? That would be a bat. Also, a tool used in baseball. All right, question five is going to be worth 13 points. All right, now let me remind you, if you do get these questions incorrect, of course you're going to take points away. Take points away. Ah ha ha ha. All right. Let me ask you this. Question five for 13 points. What was the name of the movie where Robin Williams played a scientist and created a very bouncy substance? All right. What was the name of the movie where Robin Williams played a scientist who created a very bouncy substance? I used to love this movie back in the day. It was somewhat sad to an extent, but it was also it was very cool. It was cool. I mean, he's creating this bouncy substance, helping this basketball team. Um, and then I don't know, his life kind of gets ruined because of it. Um, but also it was just, I don't know, it's nostalgic, I guess. It was a cool movie. I'm sure you've seen it once you hear the name. I'm sure you remember it. Maybe you forgot the name. Um, but question five, what was the name of the movie where Robin Williams played a scientist who created a bouncy substance? The substance was green. That would be flubber. Flubber. All right. Now, question six. Question six is going to be worth, oh my goodness, low scoring round, 8 points. Question six is going to be worth 8 points. All right. Okay. Question six for 8 points. What is the capital of Romania? What is the capital of Romania? All right. Romania is an interesting country. At one point, I was looking up international homes, and it is you can get a lot of house for not a lot of money in Romania, and decent land. It's a beautiful place, beautiful country. Um, so I was looking into, of course, I still didn't have the funds to do it because I didn't have a job in Romania, so it'd be difficult to get a loan and probably go through that process. However, the houses were gorgeous, the scenery was phenomenal, and Romania seemed like an interesting place. Um, but yeah. So for 8 points, what is the capital of Romania? That would be Bucharest. Bucharest. I don't believe I've heard too much about Bucharest in my lifetime. But moving on, question 7 is going to be worth oh my jeezness. 1 point. All right, another low question. Interesting. All right. Question 7 for 1 point. And if I haven't said it, I could have just said it a couple minutes ago. Make sure you're taking away points if you get it wrong. I know I definitely said that, so I'm just repeating myself, but hey, it is what it is. Question 7. What do you call a scientist who specializes in the study of plant life? What do you call a scientist who specializes in the study of plant life? The study of plant life is fascinating. The things that plants can do, what they can look like, how they can survive. Um, some are seasonal, some are year round. I mean, honestly, it's a career that I never would have thought about, but then the more I actually do think about it, the more I'm like, wow, that would be actually a really awesome career to have. Uh, but instead, I have a career as a game master, as a trivia quiz master. That's what they're called. I have a career as a quiz master, which also pretty freaking sweet. All right, question 7 for 1 point. What do you call a scientist who specializes in the study of plant life? That would be a botanist. Botanist. Study of botany. Botany is fascinating. You can learn how to heal yourself. You can learn how to make potions like Professor Snape and probably cast spells and whatnot. I don't really know. But question eight is going to be worth, my goodness, a measly 1 point again. A measly Ron Weasley 1 point. Harry Potter references in this one. All right, +1. All right, question 8. My goodness. Goodness me, goodness me. All right, sorry, we're looking. Okay, here we go. Question 8. For 1 point, which sea separates the Scandinavian peninsula from mainland Europe? Which sea separates the Scandinavian peninsula from mainland Europe? All right, I love Scandinavia. I've been to Norway, fabulous place, gorgeous place. It's incredibly expensive in Oslo where I went. However, the scenery was beautiful. It's a very chill vibe. Most of Europe has a pretty chill vibe compared to what we're used to here in the States. Um, but I recommend going to Norway. It was pretty sweet. Got a tattoo on my leg of a Viking ship. The lady that did my tattoo, she's just like, "Yeah, I got you," and she did. She had me, and now I got a tattoo on my leg, and it looks sweet, and I love it. I love it. All right. Question 8. Which sea separates the Scandinavian peninsula from mainland Europe? That would be the Baltic Sea. The Baltic Sea. Okay. Now, question 9. Hopefully, we can get some more points up in this baddie. We cannot. We are doing another 1 point question. Oh my. I'm gonna shuffle these up and see what we can have here. See if we can get a round of actual a question with actual more point values. There we go. We shuffled her up. Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay. Question 9 for 1 point. All right. What is the name of the largest country in South America? Possibly a trick question. What is the name of the largest country in South America? Then again, perhaps it would have been a trick question if this round was not answers starting with B, because I can only think of one country in South America that starts with the letter B, but I'm also not a geography wizard, so go figure. All right, question 9 for 1 point. What is the name of the largest country in South America? That would be Brazil. That would be Brazil. All right. Not a country I've thought about going to, except I almost did go there when I was younger. Before I moved to Australia, I almost moved to Brazil to play in a football league down there. They would have paid for housing, got me a job, all that jazz. Similar to what I did in Australia, except it would have been in Brazil. But I don't know Portuguese, not yet. Not yet. Perhaps I'll learn it. Interesting language. Although when I took a language quiz, I was told to learn Italian for numerous reasons, but maybe I'll learn Italian. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Now, moving on to question 10. Moving on to question 10. Oh, oof, 55. Let's go. Plus 55. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10. Okay. All right. We apparently here we go. All right, for 55 points, question 10. Let's find a solid one. All right, I'm not a huge fan of this, but some people are massive fans. So here we go. Question 10 for 55 points. What is the name of the billionaire's alter ego who protects Gotham City? We're not going to go into other specifics because that might give it away too much. What is the name of the billionaire's alter ego who protects Gotham City? Um, Looking for his human name, not the superhero name. There's a hair on my screen. Oh, there we go. All right, I have not seen this, but I mean, I've seen bits and pieces. I haven't seen them all. I've seen one of them. Um, what's his face? The vampire boy played it. Robert Pattinson played this man in one of the movies. That's crazy. I only know him as the vampire and the guy who died in Harry Potter. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right, question 10, 55 points. What is the name of the billionaire's alter ego who protects Gotham City? Well, the billionaire, it's obviously Batman, and his real name is Bruce Wayne. Uh, give yourself like 30 points if you answered Batman, but all 55 if you answered Bruce Wayne. Or give yourself no points and take away 55 if you answered Batman instead of Bruce Wayne, because I said I was looking for his human name, and that's the rules. But also, it's your game. I just give the questions, so honestly, who cares? It's no biggie. Oh, I see, said the blind man. Okay, moving on. Question 11. Question 11. This one is for mm, 21 points. Okay, we're getting somewhat there. So we're gonna shuffle these up again. Why not? So we're at 21 points. Question 11. Oh, this is no way. I can't ask that. There's no way. I gotta search this up if it's correct. There's no way this is. Yeah, there's no way that was true. Unfortunate, because that would have been cool. All right. Okay. How about this one? Question 11 for 21 points. What is the name of the legendary baseball player known as the Sultan of SWAT? I learned this from the movie Sandlot. Fabulous film if you haven't seen it. Highly recommend. What is the name of the legendary baseball player known as the Sultan of SWAT? The Sultan of SWAT. The Great Bambino. Oh my God, you mean it's the same guy? Excellent film. Love that movie as a kid. Sandlot 2, not so much. Sandlot original, absolutely. Classic film. Classic. Everyone should watch it. All right. Question 11. What is the name of the legendary baseball player known as the Sultan of SWAT? That would be Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth. Baby Ruthie? All right. Sandlot. They blasted a ball signed by Babe Ruth. Boom. Spend their whole summer trying to get the ball back, and they just can't figure it out. And then old homeboy who voiced Darth Vader was just like, "Why didn't you ask? Ask and you shall receive." All right, question 12 for 13 points. Yes, for 13 points. We're going to shuffle them up one more time, and maybe, just maybe, we can get a hefty lefty for number. Ah, you know what? How about that? For 13 points, question 12. Which former Kentucky Wildcat quarterback was nicknamed the Hefty Lefty? Which former Kentucky Wildcat quarterback was nicknamed the Hefty Lefty? What a what a segue, what a transition in there. Man, that's how you lead up to a question that you didn't plan on asking. That's solid work right there. That's the way to think on your toes, on your heels, whatever the phrase is. Maybe we'll do an episode on phrases, where they came from, what they actually mean, and what they actually are meant to say, sound like, right? Yeah, we'll probably do some of that. Maybe we'll do an episode on riddles, um, all something along those lines. All right, 13 points. Which former Kentucky Wildcat quarterback, rest in peace, was known as the Hefty Lefty? That would be Jared Lorenzen, big number 22. Oh man, he did get hefty. He got up over 500. And yeah, he ended up passing away a few years ago. So rest in peace to him. But man, he was a tank. He was Tebow before Tebow. He was fun to watch. He was a beast. Absolute menace. Absolute menace. All right, let's see. And the final question, 13, is going to be worth, oh my goodness, 3 points. All right, that is going to be worth 3 points. Oh gosh. Let's see. I want to ask a fun one. Let's ask a good one. Okay. This is a good one. For 3 points. What is the traditional Japanese art of growing miniature trees? It's fascinating. They're beautiful, beautiful pieces of art, beautiful botanical items. Um, but what is the traditional Japanese art of growing miniature trees? This is for 3 points. First learned about this, I believe, in The Karate Kid. Mr. Miyagi was snipping away on one of these baddies. It looks cool. You see him in a lot of things. They're very popular. Maybe they're calming. I don't know. People rake the little sand that it grows in. Who knows? But they look cool. They're fascinating. All right. So the answer to number 13 for 3 points What is the traditional Japanese art of growing miniature trees? That'd be bonsai. Bonsai. A bonsai tree is a miniature tree grown usually in an office of very wealthy businessmen that I see. Why? I don't know. But it is what it is. And all right, that has been episode 8, where all the answers start with the letter B. Um, let's see what the total points are. Let me make sure we have enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yes, we do. And it adds up to 143. So your total points that you could have possibly gained are 143. If you got all of them incorrect, it would be negative 143. So, depending on how you're playing, that's the point system. So, tally it up, comment, don't comment, whatever. Pretty much irrelevant to me, but we're going to X out of these bad boys right there. All right. That's been episode 8. Um, you know, like, comment. I'll probably put a poll on this. Uh, something, I don't know. It'll definitely be on Spotify. I don't know if it shows up on the other ones. We'll put a poll. And then episode 9, who knows what it'll be about? We'll figure that one out. It won't be C's. Those will come later, a little bit later. Um, I don't know. We will figure it out. Down below in the description, there's a link to the books I've written. There's also a link to, as if I can, I don't know. I know I can on YouTube. I don't know about Spotify. A link to my other podcast, I'm So Beastly, as well as my email. And if you want to buy me a cup of coffee, by all means, that's what it's called. It's just a way for you to show your love to me, the thousands of listeners out there I have. If we could gain some followers, that'd be fabulous. But we appreciate love you and thank you for coming back and making this even more fun, knowing that I'm not just talking to myself. So, you know what? We will catch you next time. Ta-ta, kittens.